Hey, Tom here. We're looking at doing some testing to see how Cura is going to process PNGs. So we're looking at making some terrain models, and we need to figure out a little bit about what's going on with the layers. So created a little test box here. So 100 by 100 raster, filled it with zeros, and then filled the corners with ones. And so it'll be a little bit difficult to see this on the image itself. So this is an image called box test. Really not much color here, right? But there should be some subtle differences between the zeros and the ones. When we bring this into Cura, these were the settings that we ended up using. So we brought it in with a height of 1, a base of 0, and a width of 50 by 50, saying that lighter is higher and using no smoothing. These were some of the other settings. So we had a layer height of 0.25. We're using PLA, so we use kind of standard PLA settings. We've got a diameter of 3 on the filament, and we're looking at the initial layer thickness is the same as all of the other layers, so 0.25. Everything else is the same. We're not cutting anything off of the bottom, and we're experimenting a little bit too to see what happens with the pause at height plugin. So we set it to pause at a height of 1 millimeter. Which is theoretically the top of our topmost layer. In Cura itself, this is what it looks like. We're at the end of the print now, so I'll show you what that looks like. We took about 7 minutes or so, 5-6 minutes to print this out. We'll turn this off for just a second. And this is what we had. So you can see that we've got sort of that 0 layer showing up here as kind of modeled. If we kind of pan around, you can see that it's essentially got a thickness of 0. And then you've got sort of this layer here that was, so this is our 1 layer, and these are our 0 layers on the raster. If we look at the layer map, you can see that we've got 4 layers, which corresponds perfectly. So we've got a layer height of 0.25. We set it to print at a height of 1 millimeter. So we should get 4 layers, and indeed that's what we got. So just to show you a little bit about how this turned out. So this is the print bed. This is what we ended up getting. So sure enough, we get our 2 little squares there, one in each corner. Okay, so I'm going to peel this off of the print bed and show you this down here. So this is, there we go. Okay. So if we go ahead and measure this, what we'll find, hopefully, is that we've got a size of 25 millimeters, so that's great, and a thickness here of 1 millimeter, and we can show that with the micrometer as well. So I'll try to get this in frame. So this comes in at 1.2 millimeters, just a little bit of extra slop there from the model. This would be 1 millimeter precisely, and you can see that it's just a little bit thicker than that. But we didn't add an extra layer. So there's a quick run test on this, and we'll keep you posted as we kind of do more of these. Thanks. So one final thing that I forgot to mention is that we had set this pause at height. So we set that to a height of 1 millimeter. That stopped just before the last layer completed. So it stopped in between the 3rd and 4th layer at a height of 0.75, theoretically. And then it went ahead and printed that last layer. So use that to help guide when you're setting the pause, which is going to be important later when we do 2-tone prints on terrain.